People are strange when you're a stranger. Faces look ugly when you're alone. Women seem wicked when you're unwanted. Streets are uneven when you're down, when you're strange. Faces come out of the rain when you're strange. No one remembers your name when you're strange. When you're strange. When you're strange. People are strange when you're a stranger. Faces look ugly when you're alone. Women seem wicked when you're unwanted.
Who knows when they will arrive with this storm brewing? Oh, the pest laid. Good heavens! Must you continually sneak up on me while I'm thinking? It's terribly upsetting. I told you to wait downstairs until I called for you.
Oh, I'm sorry, Doctor, but I must speak with you. The monster's getting restless. I cannot control him much longer. Oh, the last time he was like this, he broke his chains and tore the door out the angels.
I'm doing the best I can. Oh, the burden of a reputation. Oh, grandfather, why did I ever find your laboratory notes and embark on this hideous career? Look at this face, Igor. Once I was young and happy. Now I am lined with worry wrinkles.
Oh, your grandfather Frankenstein was a great man. How often Grandfather Igor described their work together, sneaking out at night, digging up graves, cutting criminals down from scaffolding, cutting and sawing out in the muck and the mire, looking for just the right part. Yuck, I'm glad I wasn't there.
Yes, I know all the stories well. My grandfather created a monster out of men, an indestructible creature. The only problem with the monster's brain, thanks to your grandfather.
Oh, Grandfather Igor can't be blamed. He couldn't read. How was he to know the brain he stole from the university laboratory was the brain of a dimwit?
He should have recognized a comrade.
Oh, what a wonderful night. On just such a night the creature was born. Lightning was its mother, and it gave it power of 100 men. How proud our grandfathers were.
Enough reminiscing. We have plenty of problems of our own, trying to correct the mistakes of the past. The brain transfer machine is ready. We no longer have to operate to change the monster's brain. Using the fluorite crystal, the machine spins the brain into 1 billion particles, sends them through the air, and reassembles them in a new cranium.
Oh, yes, it is wonderful, Master, but when do we begin?
As soon as we find the right brain for the monster.
Oh, I know where. There is a wonderful brain.
Where?
Here.
No.
Oh, it is a perfectly good brain. It's hardly been used.
There are brains, and then there are brains. I refuse to discuss it further.
Yes, Master.
Now, hopefully, the right brain will arrive this evening. With all this lightning, we shall have added energy for the perfect transfer. I have advertised this castle as a hotel with all the travel agencies from Berlin to Los Angeles. I had expected a large supply of brains, but so far only one group has made reservations. They will be here tonight, and with everything in readiness, I must use one of these brains tonight. Oh, I almost forgot. You must not call me Dr. Frankenstein anymore. I am Baron Henry von Frankenmeyer. Do you understand?
Oh, yes, Doctor. Oh, Barry. Oh, but I have been meaning to ask you. We have no servants here. How can we run a hotel without maids and bellhops and cooks?
Oh, simple. You will do it.
Oh, but I do everything. I cook the meals, I fetch and carry all day, I have to clean the machines, I watch the monster all night, and now you want me to carry tourist baggage and run room service? This is too much. I quit.
Oh, wait. You don't understand. If one of our guests is chosen for the honor of the brain transfer, then you will be in the perfect position to plant the crystal on him. You know I have not yet learned to focus the rays of the machine. I have placed one crystal on the creature, and this one must be placed on the body of the subject, whose brain is to be transferred. I cannot succeed without your help. Do not desert me in my hour of need. I will be lost without you.
Oh, there, Master. I won't leave you. How could you think a thing of loyal, hard-working Igor?
Very well. Go get the rooms ready. Our guests should be arriving shortly. A family of American tourists. Oh, quickly! Mix another sedative. We do not want him frightening our guests. Use the good whiskey tonight. Perhaps we should be grateful he hid in the brewery the last time he escaped. He's so much easier to sedate now. And make sure those chains are secure. The energy transfer may be more violent than we had calculated. And we do not want him running around the countryside, mauling the villagers. Oh, grandfather! Grandfather! Do you hear your creation moaning for relief? I, Baron Henry von Frankenstein III, shall correct your mistakes. I shall perfect your creation and end the failures of the past. I shall remove the curse of the Frankensteins.
It is ready, Master.
Good. Make no delay. Get him quiet as soon as you can. And then get the rooms ready with a nice warm fire. Here, take these. And now, if this storm will hold until they arrive.
Henry, darling, you look surprised to see me.
Natasha Nobritsky.
Oh, then you haven't forgotten me. So nice to see you again. The Carpathian Mountains are so quiet and lonely. Like a mausoleum. Oh, Henry, darling, put that thing away. I'm taking treatments at the Von Helsing Health Clinic in Budapest. I drink nothing but cranberry juice. Oh, but I've not lost my sense of adventure and excitement and romance. Oh, but what is this? Make reservations for 5. Stop. Julius T. Woodnocker and family. Stop. Arriving October 3rd. Stop. Seafront Travel Agency, Manhattan, New York. Darling, what is this? Who is Julius T. Woodnocker and family?
Oh, I have gone out of the monster business. I have decided to turn this castle into a vacation paradise.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, this place needs some new blood.
Blood?
Oh, put that thing away. It was only an expression, darling.
What are you doing here anyway? I thought I told you the last time I saw you I wanted nothing more to do with you or your husband. Oh, by the way, where is the Count?
I'm leaving him again. I'm tired of this flying around night after some new young thing. He's made a fool of me for the last time.
Well, maybe if you settled down, he would too. Your leaving him is ridiculous. You two were made for each other. You always go back to him, so why leave him in the first place?
I'm tired of sitting at home waiting for him to drown me my morsel of attention. I will not be the bat in his belfry any longer. My trunk will be arriving shortly. It's a new one I got this summer in Egypt. Simply beautiful. to be pushed. But I don't like to be refused anything. If you don't give me a room, I shall fly around and frighten all of your guests from this hotel. Then there will be you and me left.
That's blackmail.
Of course. Do you still have that bumbling idiot with you?
Yes, and he has good reason to remember you, too.
I was only trying to make Vlad jealous. You escaped me with your threat, and Igor was available.
But Igor? How could Vlad suspect Igor?
Vlad is so jealous he'll believe anything he thinks he sees. And I was desperate. I could take what I could get. I assure you, you do not let me stay. You and Igor will suffer more than any man has ever suffered.
Oh, all right. But don't mingle with the guests.
I promise to think about it.
Oh, Master! Master!
Oh, my pet.
Discovery Channel.
What are you doing here? Oh, she just flew in for a little visit. There's nothing to worry about.
Because of you, beaten, and the dogs were set on me. I was chased over half of Transylvania. I swore revenge.
Back, beast. Henry, I want control. I will not restrain myself next time. Now, beast, show me to my room. And when my trunk comes, bring it directly up.
Welcome to Hotel Frankenstein. I hope your visit will be enjoyable. May I introduce myself? I am Baron Henry von Frankenstein, your host.
Julius T. Woodknocker here. This is Mrs. Woodknocker. All the little Woodknockers. This is my card. Swell joint you got here. Who's your decorator? Attila the Hun? Say, when do we eat? I want 2 fried eggs, 2 poached eggs, 2 boiled eggs, and 2 scrambled eggs, and some roast beef. Rare, medium, well done, and overdone. Have you got any stewed prunes?
Oh, I suppose so.
Well, I'll give him some black coffee. That ought to sober him up. Look, let's get one thing straight. I came here for rest and relaxation. I have a bad case of insomnia, and I lie awake nights waiting to go to sleep. And I must have quiet. Quiet!
Mother was really shaken up in Paris. He got caught in the elevator up the Eiffel Tower. He had to ride up and down 3 times before they let him out.
Worst case of seasickness I've ever had since Seabiscuit lost the 5th race at Hialeah.
Oh, that's very amusing, Mr. Woodknocker.
Not half as amusing as he thought it was.
Oh, my better half here. She has all the modesty, poise, and ill humor in the family.
Don't push me too far, Julius.
She doesn't think I'm very funny. Hey, Junior, how much would you charge to run into an open manhole?
Just the cover charge.
Well, drop in sometime.
Sure.
Guess we cleaned that up pretty good.
I don't understand.
I don't either, and don't let it happen again.
Julius, we have had enough comedy for one evening. Must you always act like this when we go on a trip or we have a night out? You have to go into these antics. I swear you do this just to embarrass me. Mr. Frankenstein.
Oh, you can call me Henry.
Henry.
Let's not get too familiar here.
Henry. My husband has been in vaudeville since he was young. Very young. Over the years, he has forgotten what is reality and what is a play.
To me, reality is a play. Or a play is reality. Or vice versa. Oh, there's a wisecrack in there somewhere, but I doubt it. Oh well, all for one and one for all, and you for me, and 3 for 5 and 6 for 4.
I must say, you look very familiar to me.
I do, huh?
Well, my husband is not who you think he
That's
is.
a lie. I know who I am. I'm an impersonator.
Do you see what I mean? He is a continual source of embarrassment to his family. But does that stop him? Nothing stops him. He'll insult anyone. Now he claims to have a case of nerves and insomnia, so the doctor sent him on this trip to recover. If you ask me, I think he's been trying to drive me to a nervous breakdown for 20 years. I will apologize now for anything that happens later.
Hello, room service. Ice water in 318. How'd it get there? Oh, you want some? Well, that's different. No, we don't have any ice water. This is Coconut Beach, Florida. No snow, no ice. I'll tell you what you do. Cut up some onions. That'll make your ice water.
That is very good, Mr. Woodknocker. Now there seems to be only 4 of you.
Hey, that's real brilliant. I'll bet with a little practice you can learn to count to 10.
I mean, sir, is that the travel agency wired that there would be 5 of you.
Oh, that'll be Mrs. McGonagall, our traveling companion. She's out in the car and refuses to get out. She says this place reminds her of a monster picture. Can't imagine why. Ah, Miss McGonagall. When you see her, you may think she looks like an idiot. And when she speaks, you may think she sounds like an idiot. But don't let it fool you, she's an idiot. Ruth, go out in the car and see if Mrs. McGonagall does. She must have got a look at herself in the rear view mirror.
I frightened it away.
Must have got a good look at her.
My screaming frightened it away.
This is Mrs. McGonagall, our traveling companion. Any resemblance between her and a living human being is purely coincidental.
Julius, I'm warning you. There, Mrs. McGonagall. Whatever it was, it didn't hurt you, and you're just overwrought from the long trip up the mountainside and the upcoming storm. You just need a good rest.
Oh, I'll not stay to face this. I'm too frightened to close my eyes. Who knows what might be lurking in the corners or under the bed?
I could say something, but I won't.
Oh, I am sure you'll feel differently once you've refreshed yourself.
Yeah, Mr. Frankenheimer.
Oh, that's Frankenmeyer.
Yeah. Mr. Franken says, how much is the hotel?
How much? I hadn't thought of that. That would $20 be.
$20? That's ridiculous. I wouldn't pay that to stay in this rat hole. Come on, Ruth, get your bags. We're leaving.
Oh, now you're talking.
Julius, it's too late to find another place to stay. If you want to leave tomorrow, that's fine, but I'm not budging tonight.
Oh, no, you can't go. These roads are very dangerous at night, especially with this storm coming in. We can reach a settlement tomorrow, which I'm sure will be agreeable to all of us.
This isn't the first time he's acted like this, you know. Most people expect to spend money when they travel, but not him. In Paris, he stormed out of our reserved hotel, and we packed our bags around for 5 hours, looking for a cheaper place to stay, and we ended up back at the first hotel.
Well, it was the principle of the thing.
Well, I'm principled out. I'm tired, and Miriam's tired, and Junior's run off someplace. If you want to sit in your bags in the lobby all night, that's your affair. But I refuse to leave.
Very well, my dear, we'll stay. But I must have quiet.
Thank you, Julius. Thank you. Now, where is that Junior?
Junior!
Here, Mom. Hey, Pop, this place is swell. It'd be a peachy place for a murder.
All right.
Junior!
Well, it would.
I'll have you shown to your rooms. Then I will prepare something for you to eat and have it brought up to your rooms. I'm sure you must be famished after your long journey.
That's the face.
You come out of there and Miss McGonagall will break every bone in your body.
Stop! This harmless creature is the bellboy. Come out, Igor. Come on, boy. Good boy. Good boy. He's as harmless as a puppy dog, you see. Now, Igor, get the baggage and show our guests to their rooms.
Oh, what's that?
Oh, mice.
Mice? Sounded a little large for a mouse.
Oh, well, the sound echoes through the lower halls. But there's nothing to be frightened about. They always stay below in the dungeons.
Dungeons? Oh, boy. Can I see them, Pop?
No!
Oh, they're all locked and sealed shut. No one has been in them for years.
Say, mister, does this place have any secret passages going from room to room?
I don't think so.
That's enough, Junior. You can explore later.
Gotcha, Pop.
Igor will show you to your rooms.
Be careful with my bag there. It has all my costumes in it. You lose that, I'd have to play Lady Godiva. And I haven't got the equipment.
Walk this way.
He said it, Ruth. I didn't.
Not a suitable brain among them all. But I suppose I must make do. There is no time to get another. With all this lightning, the energy in the machine will be ready at 11 o'clock. I will give the crystal to Igor, and then he will place it on... which one? The boy? Not old enough. Mrs. McGonagall? Never. Not Mrs. Woodknocker or the girl. There is only one choice, unfortunately. Mr. Woodknocker. As soon as the crystal is planted, we will sedate him, and then at 11 o'clock, my monster will have a new brain. Oh, the thrill of it! Oh, answer the door. Whoever it is, get rid of them, and then keep an eye on our guests. We don't want to lose any of them. I must recheck the instruments.
Oh, get rid of them, he says. I should have made him carry this in first. Fetch and carry. Fetch and carry. Oh, but someday I will get my revenge. When they want something, I won't get it. Oh, better yet. If I were able to get my brain transferred into the body of the monster, I would be the most powerful man alive, yes. When the doctor gives me the crystal, I will keep it for myself. I will be the master here. My wonder brain in the monster's wonderful body.
Hello, Mr. Igor. What are you doing?
Fetch and carry.
Hey, that looks like an army case. Who does it belong to?
A guest.
I wonder if there's anything in it. Can I see?
No, don't touch it. I'll get in trouble. And I have all the trouble that I need.
This is... So nothing but a little dirt. Well, this place has some possibilities. Now, if I were a secret passage, where would I be? No. No. The fireplace. There's always something at the fireplace. Not here. There you are, you little devil. I bet this leads from room to room in the whole castle.
But I've got to see the doctor. It's a matter of life and death. Oh, but you can't see the doctor. He's in the middle of an important experiment. He cannot be disturbed. But he must be disturbed. Tomorrow's the full moon. The full moon? Yes. Yes, the full moon. You mean the full moon? That's what I said. I'm tired of repeating myself. My name is Sir Lawrence Talbot III. So you've heard of me too. I'm not a bad one though. I've got wants and desires and feelings. It's just that every time that moon comes up over the mountains, I change into a beast with jagged teeth and a thirst for blood. Now get the doctor. Full moon, full moon.
Excuse me, Mr. Frankenstein. I'm sorry. I thought you were...
That's quite all right, yes.
I'm Marion Woodknocker. Are you a guest here too?
A guest? Yes, I suppose I am.
I know this is going to sound terribly forward of me, but do you by any chance play tennis?
Tennis?
Well, you see, I was just going to ask Mr. Frankenmeyer where the tennis courts are, so I could practice in the morning. If you play, we could play doubles with my father and brother. They're quite good, though. They won the doubles trophy at the Old Hills Country Club last summer. Father hates clubs, especially country clubs. But he says that since he paid all that money to join, he might as well do something to get his money's worth. He plays such wretched golf that tennis seemed the only alternative. But, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to dominate the conversation.
That's quite all right. Your conversation's delightful, really.
Thank you. You see, I just get tired of talking to you about my family all day. I don't speak French or German.
Well, I lived in England for many years. That's why I speak English like a native.
I love England. It's history now. I'd love to go to London someday. We didn't get to go there this time because Father was there on tour and I played with my mother shortly after we were married.
Oh, I guess your father's an actor.
Yes, he's a comedian. You know, at home, he's quite ordinary. Fun, but not too different from most fathers. But when he gets out into public, he changes into the most outrageous characters. Like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Do you know what I mean?
Yes. Yes, I'm afraid I know very well. When will this torment end?
Are you all right, Mr. Talbot? It's only a storm.
Yes, it's only a storm.
Well, anyway, my mother used to be a dancer with my father's play company, but he made her retire, and I think she's resented a little bit and still does. Or my father. My father says he's been suffering from nerves and insomnia, so his doctor suggested a trip. Well, he gets seasick at the mention of a ship, and the ship we were on sat so high in the water that it rolled from side to side, standing still at the dock.
Oh, that's very easy.
Father didn't think so.
You know, I don't think I've laughed for years until this moment.
Oh, Mr. Talbot, I believe.
Yes, and you are?
Mr. Frankenmeyer.
Oh, Mr. Frankenmeyer. I see. I need to speak with you later, Mr. Frankenmeyer.
Oh, don't let me disturb. It's been great talking to you, Mr. Talbot. I hope to see you later. Mr. Frankenmeyer, where are your tennis courts?
Oh, tennis courts? Oh, well, I will have Igor string some netting up tomorrow morning in the garden.
Thank you. I'll see you later, Mr. Talbot.
Please call me Larry. I'd love to see you again sometime. You make me forget all my troubles.
Where am I going to get a net?
Oh, don't argue. Just do it.
Bye.
Oh, but first you better get something for the mom. Melvin.
Melvin? Oh, Melvin.
Still playing with monsters, Dr. Frankenstein?
Oh, don't call me doctor, and it's none of your business what I'm doing. What do you want?
Well, a drink sounds nice.
Igor, a drink for Mr. Talbot, and I'll have one too. I have a feeling this is going to be a long night. Now tell me, Mr. Talbot, what do you want?
You obviously know who I am. And I can't go through another full moon like the last one. You don't know what it's like, having to live your life month after month, year after year. Knowing that no matter where you are or what you're doing, Doctor, your body changes. Imagine every single fiber in your body changing, and there's nothing I can do about it. Doctor, I don't even dare get close to that girl, or anyone else for that matter, for fear that I'll see the mark on my next victim's hands. Doctor, you've got to cure me. I can't go on like this.
That would be impossible. It would take months, perhaps years of study before I could attempt to cure.
All right, Doctor. All right. Then kill me. Kill me! You would do the same for a wild man. Kill me!
Oh, calm down, calm down. Perhaps there is a way. It would take some time and some trial and error, but there are possibilities. I will strike a bargain with you. If you will help me with my experiment, I will help you.
Agreed, Doctor. Anything to free me from this curse.
Once you begin, there will be no turning back. Agreed?
Agreed.
Then let us drink to our partnership. To success.
To freedom, Doctor. To freedom.
Melvin.
Now, listen carefully. This is a 4-eyed crystal. It is very rare. It is the key to your future happiness. But you must make no mistakes.
Agreed, Doctor. I won't make any mistakes. What do I have to do?
I was going to give this crystal to Igor, but a man who is desperate will make certain that nothing goes wrong. This crystal focuses the rays of my brain transfer machine.
Your what?
I don't have time for details. You must have this crystal placed in the body of Mr. Woodknocker.
But isn't that
The girl's father, yes. He is a little strange, but actually he's a lot strange. But he is intelligent, and if my experiment works, I can retrain him as I want him. The energy from the machine is focused through the crystal. The brain is changed into 1 billion particles and sent through space. It takes several hours to build up the energy necessary to make the transfer. It is very dangerous until the energy is released. It will be ready tonight at 11 o'clock. You must have this crystal placed on the body of Mr. Woodknocker. If you were still in possession of the crystal at 11 o'clock, then your brain will be in the brain of the monster, and the monster's brain will be in you. You have just 1 hour. Do not fail.
Doctor, to take a living man's brain and, what's the matter? And to put it into the body of a monster, Doctor, it's not the full moon yet. What's the matter with me? Oh, I've got to sit down.
Albert. The sedative. Igor, you idiot!
You called?
Oh, Mr. Woodknocker.
Ah, Mr. Frankfurter. Good to see you again. But I've no one to blame but myself. Lovely weather we're having. Bit chilly. It was great for ice skating. Keeps the ice from melting.
Doctor?
Doctor? Who needs a doctor? I'm a doctor. Let me see, Hal. Ah, just as I thought. You've been smoking too much again.
Mr. Woodknocker, it's Talbot. He's fainted.
Don't tell me. I'll find out for myself. I can't help this man. He's fainted. What he needs is a long ocean voyage. In the meantime, I'll be in the garden. Should he recover, don't blame me.
Oh, Mr. Woodknocker, it may start raining and you'd get wet in the garden. Getting wet would not be good for your health.
So I get wet. Then the sun would come out, and then I get sunstroke. You know, I'm an incurable insomniac, and the only cure for insomnia is water. And lots of gin to go with it. You know, I used to lay awake at nights worrying about it, and that didn't work, so I worried about other things, like, did you know that property values in Florida have increased 1,000% since 1935?
No.
Well, take its alligators. Take its pears. Take its alligator pears. Say, do you know how to make an alligator pear?
I don't have the faintest idea.
That's because you've never been an alligator, and don't let it happen again. Insomnia is terrible.
That man is crazy. Perhaps I've made a mistake. Now, what am I going to do with Talbot? I can't just leave him lying here. That's it. I'll put him in here until I can get Igor to remove him to the dungeons.
Mr. Talbot? Mr. Talbot? Darn. The first man I meet on this whole trip, and I don't even get to talk to him. Oh, well. Suppose I'll see him tomorrow morning. Maybe we'll skip tennis and instead go for a long stroll in the woods. And then we'll just sit under the trees and talk.
Have you seen your father, dear? I was speaking to him about his behavior and turned around and he was gone. I knew it was too good to last. He says it's insomnia. I think it's just his excuse for keeping me up. He did come back in once, muttered something about not liking the character, changed his clothes and went out again.
I haven't seen him, Mother.
Oh, he's probably wandering about again, bothering the other hotel personnel and guests. You know, it is one thing to be crazy on for 20 years, but to continue these antics off stage is just too much. He has embarrassed me every day of our married lives, not to mention total strangers. By the way, I haven't seen any other guests. Have you?
There is one man I've seen.
Oh, really?
A young man. Very nice looking.
When did you meet him?
Oh, when I was asking Mr. Frankenmeyer where the tennis courts are.
Did Mr. Frankenmeyer happen to tell you where the bathrooms are? There's only a pitcher of water and a bowl in my room.
Didn't mention it.
Well, I've looked through all the halls upstairs. I suppose I'll look through the ones downstairs. I just can't wait much longer. Listen, don't stay down too long. It's getting late and there are no lights in the halls. You know, the accommodations in these European hotels is just terrible.
Mom.
Yes?
Before you go, may I ask you a question?
Of course. What about?
Well, did you love Father when you married him?
Miriam, of course I love your father. I still do. Do you think I don't?
No, I know you do. I just wonder sometimes why you're always scolding him. Well, and he seems to do everything he can to aggravate you, to make you argue with him.
Oh, Miriam, I guess we do it so much we don't even realize it. You know, I don't even remember how we got started. It probably seems like we're the best of enemies. But your father has given me some wonderful years. It was 20 years ago when I was hired by his brother in their vaudeville as a dancer. And then the next night, your uncle introduced me to your father. And we got married pretty quickly. You know, his brother never forgave me for marrying you.
Was it love at first sight? I mean, can such things really happen?
Well, it was certainly a whirlwind romance. I suppose a girl could meet Mr. Wright for the first time and know it. But as in my case, I would suggest getting to know Mr. Wright a little bit better. It saves a lot of little surprises, no shocks later on.
Mother, could you do me a favor and just try to overlook a few of the little things that Father does? Maybe then it won't upset you so much.
Well, I'll think about it really hard, but it is very difficult to change his mind. Now, don't stay up too late. It's getting chilly down here.
I won't be down too long, Mother. We're going to go for a long walk tomorrow in the woods. And then we'll have dinner together with my family. And then we're dancing on the terrace in the moonlight.
Fetch and carry, move the body from this box to that
Hello.
box.
Have you seen Mr. Talbot?
No.
Well, if you do, could you just mention to him that Miss Woodknocker is looking forward to playing tennis tomorrow morning, please?
Oh, I never have any fun. Nobody asks me to play tennis. Oh, but when I get my brain transferred into the body of the monster, I will have fun, making life miserable for everyone else. Now, where is that crystal?
Ah, my dear Callus, you don't know how good it is to find another insomniac wandering the darkened halls of night, searching for that endless sleep that never comes, until you're ready to get up, that is.
I know what you mean, darling. As soon as the sun goes down, my eyes are wide open.
I love how you say darling, darling, darling.
Oh, darling, my trunk has arrived.
Ah, I once knew an elephant with a trunk like that, but it was too small for him, so he sold it for $40. In fact, I think that's the trunk.
Isn't it beautiful? I got it in Egypt.
Ah, Egypt you too, huh? Reminds me of a woman I once knew. She was fair, fat, and 40, and her bank account wasn't too shabby either. She reminded me of the Prince of Wales. Not the old Prince of Wales, but the current Prince of Wales. Or not the current Prince of Wales, but the old Prince of Wales. And when I say Wales, I mean Wales. And believe me, I know a whale when I see one.
Oh, darling, you're so full of whimsy.
Oh, can you see it from there? Always get like this when I eat radishes.
Would you care for a drink?
Ah, I never touched the stuff.
I've a terrible craving for a Bloody Mary.
Pop, I've been looking all over for you.
Well, go look up my room. If I'm not up there, I'll be out in the garden under a cabbage leaf.
Pop, this is serious. There's a man in that box, and Dr. my real name is Dr. Frankenstein. He's planning on stealing your brain with this crystal that goes with this machine.
That's ridiculous. Why would he want to steal my brain? He can have it for $32.50, and that includes the tax. Let me smell your breath. Oh, man, you gotta lay off the lemonade, kid.
Pop, but it's true. Look in the mummy case.
Very well, my good man. Try that again. You didn't say this is a music box. Does it play Home Home on the Range?
I told you!
Stop glaring at me, Henry, darling. I was here talking to Mr. Woodknocker. If it wasn't me, you know who it was.
What's the matter? I'm a bat! A huge bat! Surrender my room! I thought it was Mother. Where is Mother?
She was arguing with the wall the last time I saw her.
She went looking for a bathroom.
Oh, where did she go?
Down that hall right there.
Oh, these halls are dangerous if you don't know where you're going. I'll call Igor to look for her.
Oh, I'm not punching from this spot.
What are you doing back there?
Oh, catching mice.
Oh, a far-fetched story. You've been waiting there to jump out at me, and don't tell me you weren't.
Quickly, Igor, we must find Mrs. Woodknocker before...
That's Ruth. What's that?
Oh, mice!
That makes sense. Ruth can't stand mice.
Quickly, Igor!
I'll go with you.
No, you must not follow. These halls are dangerous in the dark. Please stay here.
Very well. I'll play cards.
Father, oh, this is the worst thing you've ever done to us.
You ain't seen this.
I'm coming, Mrs. Woodknocker. Ah! Oh, well, maybe I'll wait here. Pop, we've still got to do something. He's still in the mummy case. Who's in the mummy case?
The Wolfman, of course. I'd look in there myself, but I haven't got any wolf veins. Mrs. McGonagall, you look in there.
Oh, how do you know such a thing, Mr. Woodknocker? If there's anything in there, I don't want to see it. Mrs. McGonagall.
Yeah.
Gracious, good evening.
Vlad, so my intuition was correct.
Natasha, I cannot live without you. I have to come.
A pretty story, but I don't believe it.
We will discuss it later, but now you must introduce me.
If you insist. This is Mr. Woodknocker and his son and daughter.
And this must be Mrs. Woodknocker.
Not your wildest nightmare.
This is my husband, the Count.
Oh, the Count of Monte Cristo, I presume.
Why no, I'm Count
What's the matter? Back got your tongue?
There you come, Transylvania. My castle's in the Carpathian Mountains near the Bogo Pass.
Never heard of it.
I'm so sorry.
I'm not. You ever heard of Cucamonga?
Oh, it's him. It's him. Those beady eyes, I've known him anywhere.
Allow me to introduce myself to this vision of loveliness.
Are you mad?
I am Count Ericott of Transylvania. You remind me of the beautiful women of my homeland.
Heard it all.
Oh, I am sorry. For a moment, I thought you were... Oh, it's quite ridiculous.
Oh, she's fainted.
Seems to be contagious around here.
Henry, darling, look who just arrived.
Ah!
You don't look pleased to see me, Henry. You must remember, however, wherever my beloved Natasha is. Hi, I'm not far away.
Oh, Julius, it was huge. It was huge.
She hasn't been this affectionate since she was this affectionate.
It came out of the darkness. It was moaning and groaning, snarling and shuffling, and its eyes were flaming, and its arms were outstretched like this.
Oh, don't worry, my dear. It was just Mrs. McGonagall sleepwalking again.
I've been here all the time.
Junior, Miriam, take your mother up to her room.
But, Pa,
We'll talk about the man in the box later.
The man in the box?
he knows, Pa.
Where's the crystal?
I couldn't find it.
Ixnay on the oxday. I'll talk to you about it later. Mrs. McGonagall, you better hop along, too. All right, Mr. Frankenmeyer, what's going on here?
Why, nothing.
Nothing. Do I look like an idiot? Don't answer that. I may look like an idiot, but I'm no dope. You advertise this place as a restful retreat, and everybody's going around here screaming. I'm a sick man. I take pills. I take red pills, blue pills, green pills. Pills to remind me to take pills. Which reminds me. Here, have one.
You can't mean you take these pills.
Well, it was too small for a basketball, and I didn't know what else to do with it. Now remember, I'm a sick man. I have insomnia, and I must have quiet.
Oh, why does this happen to me?
Was that man a lunatic or one of your creations, Henry?
American. Igor, give me a drink.
Oh, I've heard of these Americans. Perhaps we should go there sometime. A fresh, new country. Fresh faces. New blood.
And a beautiful women.
My jealous darling Natasha.
Oh, why should I be jealous?
A silly woman who screams at bats.
Natasha, you know I love only you. You're the moon of my night. Without you, I'm a hollow shell doomed to fly through the night. A love-lorn monster.
Monster! Oh, I completely forgot! The monster!
Oh, he's probably roaming the countryside, wreaking havoc and destruction as he used to do.
Oh, quickly, Igor, get the shackles! We must find him! Please, my friends, I need your help! It's nearly 11 o'clock! We must have him back before then! Please, I need your help! Fly over the forest and see if you can see him! Igor and I'll search the village and the brewery!
No, I will search the brewery.
Watch out for the tree on the left.
Oh!
All I wanted was a brain!
Nobody ever cleans up around here. I wonder where that Junior has gotten to. Hello. Junior, don't do that to me after what happened last night. And where have you been all day? You are a mess.
I've been exploring, Mom. Where's Pot?
He's still asleep. How did you get so dirty?
But it's almost 6 o'clock. Can I go away?
No, you know he gets furious when he's awakened. Besides, he didn't get to sleep this morning until after I got up.
Mom, I got to talk to Pot.
No, you'll just have to wait. Why don't you talk to me? I have been alone this entire day. Why, Miriam went out with Mr. Talbot this morning. I haven't seen Mr. Frankenmeyer all day. That Mr. Igor keeps coming in and out without so much as a beg your pardon.
I'm sorry. Oh, beg your pardon.
I had the most tasteless lunch. It's been a terribly boring day. Oh, by the way, have you had anything to eat?
I'm not hungry, Mom.
Well, just the same, I want you to get upstairs and be cleaned up and changed for dinner. You look like you've been through a coal bin.
Mom, can I ask you a question about what you saw last night?
Oh, that. I'm sure your father's right. He said it was just my imagination. What with the flash lightning and the breeze blowing the candle out and the
Was
dark
it about
hall?
this tall
Yes, it was.
and about this wide
Yes?
and a highish forehead
Yes?
and a greenish face with 2 silver pins sticking out of its neck?
Yes! Oh, Junior, you must
Just your imagination.
Well, good afternoon, Mrs. Woodlocker Jr. You haven't seen the Count, have you?
I haven't seen anyone.
Oh, I couldn't sleep last night with all that racket. And I saw the Count pull a large box into his room. It's right across the hall from me. I've been knocking at his door all day, but he doesn't answer. Oh, you don't suppose something's happened to him, do you?
There's something strange about that Count.
Nonsense. I think he's charming.
I think he's a gigolo.
A what?
A gigolo. A guy that chases after a woman for their money.
You mean a gigolo?
Yeah, a guy that chases after...
I know what it is. How did you know?
I read it in a book.
Well, I think he's charming.
Mr. Frankenmeyer, what happened?
Oh, I had a little problem with the boiler. Please excuse my appearance and my neglect of you. Have you seen Mr. Talbot?
Oh, he and my daughter have been out since this morning. And I certainly hope they return soon. Those storm clouds look threatening again.
Oh, Mr. Frankenmeyer, have you seen the Count? He's still a guest here, isn't he?
Yes, he's still a guest here. He sleeps a lot during the day. He's a night person.
Sounds like Pod.
Oh dear, it is going to storm again. And it's getting so dark outside. I'd better have Julius go look for Miriam. Something must have happened to her. They would be back by now.
Oh, I'm sure she's all right. And I'm going to stroll in the garden.
How long have you lived here, Mr. Frankenmeyer?
Oh, I inherited this castle from my grandfather. Don't you have some place you need to be?
No.
What are you doing there?
I'm a junior detective of America, great neck chapter. As we collect our clues and evidence, we write them down. This is time and later when putting things together.
Oh, evidence?
Yeah, you know, evidence for solving mysteries, murders, robberies. What's that strange knocking?
Oh, knocking? I don't hear any knocking.
Are you all right, Mr. Frankenmeyer? You seem awfully nervous this evening.
Why, not at all.
Well, I hear my mother calling. I had better go. Henry, what is the meaning of this?
I'm sorry.
Not as sorry as you're going to be. You have
going right. There was so much energy in the machine that it nearly blew up. It was only a miracle that it didn't. We got back with the creature just in time. I had been working all day trying to get it repaired and ready for tonight. And Talbot is gone with the crystal.
Crystal?
Oh, it's a critical part of the machine I was telling you about. I wish I had a recording of this so I wouldn't have to repeat it to everyone who walks in the room. Anyway, Talbot is gone with the crystal. Igor is acting strange. I can't trust anyone anymore. Natasha, darling, if you will help me with my experiment, I will do anything to make it up to you.
Well, then you put it that way. How can I refuse? What do you want me to do?
We must get the crystal planted on Mr. Woodknocker before 11 o'clock. The machine is building energy again. This time I have set the automatic controls so that at 11 o'clock it will automatically switch brains. I will get the crystal and give it to you, and then you snuggle up to Mr. Woodknocker and slip it in his pocket.
So my father said, I'm very sorry my son's toast landed in the plate. If you should have it again, I'll see to it that he throws the jam with it. Well, Mother was just furious.
Good evening, Miss Woodknocker, Mr. Talbot.
Mr. Frankenmeyer. Oh, Larry, have you met the Countess?
No, I don't believe I have.
Pardon, Mr. Talbot. I have heard of you, but never did I think you would meet. Although you do look strangely familiar, as though we met somewhere before.
Well, I likewise heard of you, Countess, and your illustrious husband.
Ah, young love. I remember how it was to be young. Henry, I will be back before you're ready to proceed. Right now, I must get some exercise. Oh, the children of the night. What beautiful music they make.
Talbot, I must speak with you.
Mary? Oh, remember I had a great day today. Well, never forget to take the herb necklace I gave you. Well, never take it off. Promise?
But it has such an odor, Larry.
I know it does, Mary. It's for warding off evil.
You Europeans are so superstitious.
Promise not to take it off, though.
Talbot!
And I guess I'll see you tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Oh, no. We're having dinner together with my family tonight. And then afterwards, you and I are going dancing on the terrace in the moonlight.
Moonlight?
Oh, you men. You're all alike. Mention the word dancing and you fall apart. Now, I'm going up to change, and I expect to see you later.
Okay. Did you hear that? She wants me to have dinner with her tonight.
Don't worry about that. You've got plenty of time before the moon rises. Now, give me the crystal.
I don't have it.
What do you mean?
Doctor, I woke up this morning flat on my face. By the time I could get up to look for the crystal, Miriam and her mother come to pick me up.
Oh, you find that crystal or I'll see you doomed.
Doctor, you don't need to threaten me now. I'm in control. Been in a couple of hours, Doctor.
Oh, you find that crystal and I'll see you don't have to worry about that. I have a sleeping potion that'll put you out cold for the night. And to make sure, I'll lock you in the dungeons below until we find a cure. But only if you find that crystal. Now get busy! Time is running out!
Right.
Oh, Count, your stories are so thrilling. Please tell me more.
My viewing for the gracious evening is over. Ah, Henry told me we had guests. You must introduce us, Henry.
This is Mr. Talbot, the Count Alucard. This is Mrs. McGonagall.
Mr. Talbot, I have heard of you, but
Never did I think we would meet.
How did you know that?
I read the script.
I was just telling Mrs. McGonagall about my castle in Transylvania. You'd all come join me sometime. We would have such fun. It is so exhilarating to go hunting at night with the wolves with the fiery eyes. I love to fly to the cloudless night, looking down upon the twinkling lights of the villages nestled in the crags and valleys of the mountains below.
Oh, you have an airplane? How thrilling. I've always wanted to learn how to fly.
Perhaps I will teach you someday. Come now, Mrs. McGonagall. Come watch me. Come with me and watch the moon rise over the rugged mountain peaks. It's such a beautiful sight. It reminds me of the broken battlements of my own castle.
Oh, Count, I'd love to see your broken battlements.
I can't go through with this.
But we had a bargain.
I know, but to take an innocent man's brain and give it to the brain of a dead monster, that's hideous. I can't do it.
But there's the mistakes of the past. And a dead man's brain has too much deteriorated tissue. Even when we operated, we damaged the cells and the tissues. But a complete reassembly of the cells and tissues. Think of it.
Doctor, I can't. You're sick. I don't choose to be the way I am. It's a curse. Doctor, you are willfully doing evil.
Evil Smeevil, you think you are driven by a curse? Well, so am I. The curse of the unknown, the curse of the past, preying on the future. Failure is my curse, but I will not fail again. If your heart is so weak at the thought of the sacrifice of one man for the advancement of science.
Advancement of what science? Are you going to save anyone's life, Doctor?
I refuse to discuss it further. If you won't put the crystal on Mr. Woodknocker, I'll do it myself. Just find that crystal before the moon rises, or it'll be too late to do anything about your problem.
Oh, Doctor! Doctor! The machine, all the dials are spinning and smoke and ice!
Oh, no! You touched something! I told you not to touch anything! Oh, I think I shall go mad! Find that crystal! Time is running out! Get away, you idiot! Go help Talbot find the crystal!
Oh, it's not nice to treat people the way he treats me. Oh, I didn't touch anything. He's gotten very mean lately. Maybe it's time I find a new master. How about you? No thanks, Igor. I've got enough troubles on my own. It's your fumbling around that got this thing lost in the first place. I don't think I like you anymore. With all I know about you, I would have a fine tale to tell a certain young lady. What? Igor, you say one word of this. One word to anyone. And it'll be your last breath, Igor. Well, if I find the crystal, I won't give it to you. What? What did you say, Igor? Do you know how much I need that crystal? I've got to have it! Igor!
Looking for something?
None of your business.
We'll see about that, Mr. Igor. Ha! That's the guy that was the king last night. He's wolfish. He was with Marion all day.
Hey, don't look that wolfish to me. My son says a wolf has been after my daughter.
Yes, I guess you must be Mr. Woodknocker.
When's the last time I looked?
How are you doing?
Pretty good. When's this boat gonna stop rocking? I might as well be a drinking man. I wake up with a hangover anyhow. Where's the portal? I'm gonna be sick. Ugh. All right, Mr. Woodknocker.
Talbot, Mr. Talbot.
Let's get down to brass knuckles. What are your designs on my daughter?
I like your daughter very much, Mr. Woodknocker.
Aha, wild sheep in wolf's clothing, huh?
You'd better get busy. The doctor won't like it.
Another country heard from. Haven't I seen you somewhere before?
I carried in your baggage.
I'm not sure I'm seeing you now. Look, buddy, I don't mean to give you the bum's rush, but you better put an egg in your shoe and beat it. Hamstray, get out of here. Save us from your nincompoopery. Okay, now, Mr.
Talbot.
Talbot.
Yes.
My son here is known as Snoop Woodknocker, junior detective. He thinks something funny's going on here, which is more than I can say.
And now, Mr. Talbot, if that's your real name, what are you doing
I'll
here?
ask the questions. Now, Mr. Talbot, if that's your real name, what are you doing here? How'd I do?
Like it's your turn.
Well, don't tell me. You're looking for something you lost last night, right?
How did you know that?
Is it smaller than a bread box?
Mr. Woodknocker.
Would it fit in that vase in the middle?
Pop!
That's where you put it.
What did you tell him for?
How did you know where it was?
Well, last night when you were talking to Frankenmeyer or Frankincense or Frankfurt. Was her convention here last night? Anyhow, while you were taking a snooze in the box, Junior pinched a little bottle from you.
Well, I guess you know everything then.
Well, I know Junior's side of the boondoggle. What's yours?
Doesn't matter.
Certainly. Every public nuisance is entitled to a defense. Just keep it short. I'm only here for a week.
Well, what can I tell you that this snoop hasn't already told you?
Says I believe him. He's a good kid, but he only tells the story.
I have it all down in my notebook. He says to Dr. Frankenstein, I can't go on like this anymore. You must cure me or kill me.
I'll tell my own story. And then, Mr. Woodknocker, I'll be out of that door. You'll never see me again. Please don't tell Marion. Tell her I have a terminal disease or something and that it would never work out between us.
I'll be the judge of that.
You may not know me by my real name, Lawrence Talbot, but you have heard of the Wolfman. I am the Wolfman.
So you're a Wolfman, huh? I've heard of you, but
Never did I think we would meet.
You read the script too, huh?
Anyway, I came here to search for some kind of cure for my problem, hoping that Dr. Frankenstein would help me. It all has to do with this crystal, and I was supposed to slip it on your body so that at 11 o'clock, some machine or something will switch your brain with the brain of a dead monster that his grandfather created.
I told you, Pa.
Needless to say, I agreed to do it. But I want nothing to do with it now. Nothing.
That's an interesting tale, Mr. Talbot. And that confirms Junior's side of the story.
What are we going to do to him, Pa?
Oh, you never kick a man when he's down, son.
So here is the crystal.
Oh, give it to Frankenstein.
He'll just try to slip it back on you when you're not looking.
Well, let him try. I've never seen the day I can't bamboozle the likes of him.
Well,
Besides, I need a little excitement.
But your nerves, Pa.
Oh, my nerves will take care of themselves. Besides, we gotta foul up that machine somehow.
We don't have much time, Pop. I have Frankenstein tell Igor that everything's ready for tonight. All they need is the crystal.
You think you can get down there and throw a wrench into work?
I'll try, Pop.
All right, son. Remember, Lady Godiva put everything she had on a horse. All we've got is you.
Don't worry, Pop. I'm going to back right now.
Who else is in on this plot?
well, there's Igor, of course, and I think that's all.
What about the Countess and Alucard?
Alucard is fractured and spelled backwards, Mr. Woodknocker, and they're always going around trying to make each other jealous. I don't know.
I thought she was awful friendly, but I thought it was on account of my charm. You suppose she's in on this?
I saw the Countess and the doctor talking when Miriam and I came in. It's probably the Countess he'll use to slip this on you.
Well, knowing human nature like I do, I'll put my, well, I don't think Frankenstein will try it himself. I'll put my money on the Countess. I think I'm going to have a little fun tonight.
Julius, I've been looking all over for you. It's time to get dressed for dinner.
I am dressed.
Oh, you can't eat like that.
Why not?
Oh, Julius, you bought 2 new tuxedos in Paris, and I was hoping you would wear one of them tonight.
I bought those 2 monkey suits because they were on sale. I never said I'd wear one. Besides, you don't have to.
Oh, why do you always have to embarrass me, and you just look like something the cat drug in? Why can't you dress decently for once and do something to please me instead of look like some kind of character from out of this world?
Mother.
Must you embarrass me like you did on the ship?
Mother.
Oh, very well. Dress however you please, Julius. I'll wait upstairs for you. By the way, have you seen Junior?
Let's send him on an errand.
Oh, thank you, dear.
That's the easiest argument I ever won.
She's trying very hard, Father.
Why? What's this world be like without a little discussion now and then? Oh, well. Goodbye, Talbot. See you when I see you.
You know, I never realized how much Mother and Father argue until we came on this trip. While we were on the boat, we were asked to dine at the captain at the captain's table. Father refused to wear his tuxedo, and what's the matter? You seem to like all my other stories.
Miriam, it's not that.
Don't worry, I'm not going to bite you.
Miriam, I know you're not going to. Miriam, I've got to be leaving tonight. I can't stay here. I'm sorry.
Excuse me, Miss Woodknocker. I must speak with Talbot. You don't have time for talking to her. Where is the crystal?
It's right here, Doctor. Take it and go to the devil.
Don't be a goody-goody around me, Talbot. Now, has the Countess returned?
The Countess. So that's who's going to do your dirty work.
Oh, don't bother yourself about that. You have a little problem of your own. And from the looks of you, you'd better hurry. I'll send Igor up with a sedative. It'll have to be injected. I'll talk to you in the morning.
Larry, what was that all about?
Nothing. Nothing. Marion, you still have the herb necklace I gave you.
As silly as it is, Larry, I have it right here.
Great, Marion. Keep it on. All the time. No matter what happens. Please don't take it off, Marion.
All right. You're acting so strangely. Come here and look at the beautiful view. Oh, look, the moon's coming up over the mountains. It's the most beautiful thing. It never looks this way at home. I guess the city lights are from it. Larry, let's go for a walk on there. Larry! Larry, are you all right? Larry, let me out.
That's fair, Marion. I'm sorry.
Are you ill? Larry!
Where's Talbot?
He's turned into a wild man and took off running up the... What's going on here, Mr. Frankenmeyer?
Oh, I can't explain everything. You wouldn't understand. He has a disease that affects him strangely.
Well, then we must go find him and help him.
No, he's very dangerous when he's like this.
Well, if you won't help him, I will. Somebody's got to let
No,
me.
you must not.
Oh, the doctor, but only 5 minutes ago, you done scooped down the red bear.
Stay away from me, you flippant Casanova, or I'll scratch your eyes out.
Natasha.
Don't interrupt me when I'm arguing. The first chance I get to go for some silly woman.
Look at this poor creature. You're nearly frightened to death.
Natasha, here is the crystal. We must get it on Mr. Woodknocker immediately.
Not interested in playing your little games anymore. Do your own dirty work.
Oh, you can't be mad at Vlad. It wasn't his fault. Mrs. McGonagall's to blame. She was flirting with him, throwing herself at him. Vlad was merely being polite.
I don't believe either of you.
It's true.
Yes, it's true. I'm an innocent bystander.
Oh, count the things you say.
Innocent, you say? Very well, Henry. Give me the crystal.
Thank you, darling. And remember, I will do anything to make it up to you.
Leave it to me.
Yes, of course. Well, one last check of the instruments. We can't be too careful.
What is going on between you two, my darling?
Henry has given me this crystal to hold for safekeeping for some sort of experiment he's doing.
It must be important. You look rather excited.
I haven't a clue what it is for. But he did say it was important. Here, my darling, I will let you take care of it. You know how I lose things.
It looks like a dime.
Yes, it does. Keep it close to your heart and don't lose it.
Just as I keep you close to my heart. Natasha, can you forgive me for the past?
After tonight, my darling Vlad Tempest Dracula, there will be nothing to forgive. Absolutely nothing.
You're so wonderful, my Natasha. I'm at your feet.
When you get through with hers, you can start on mine. Ah, Natasha, leave this tough shirt. Fly away with me. I love you.
Oh, Mr. Woodknocker, I hardly know what to say.
I wouldn't know what to say either if I was you. Perhaps you could suggest something. As a matter of fact, you do suggest something to me. You suggest a baboon.
A what?
Oh, I'm sorry I said that. That wasn't fair to the rest of the baboons.
Do not make me angry, Mr. Woodknocker. I'm a man of few words.
Well, I'm a man of one. Scram!
Come, Natasha, let us go where we can be alone.
What, are you still here? Don't look now, but there's one too many men in this room, and I think it's you. Oh, Natasha, it's the same old story. Boy meets girl. Romeo and Juliet. Minneapolis and St. Paul. Don't point that nose at me, it might go off. You're back. On guard. Touche. Olé. Arrivederci. How'd I do? Looks like she's out for the count. Oh, my darling. You know, I can sit in your lap all night as long as you don't stand up. Your eyes. How they shine, like the pants in my blue serge suit. Oh, that's no reflection on you, my darling. It's a reflection on my pants. I can see it now. We'll go away together. You in the bungalow. You on the inside, me on the outside trying to get in. Or you on the outside and me on the inside trying to get out. Or inside or outside. Oh, forget it. Anyhow, if you haven't heard from me by Friday, the whole deal's off. Anyhow, will you marry me? I love you.
Oh, Mr. Woodknocker, that would be big of me.
That'd be big of me, too. In fact, it'd be big of all of us.
Why, I never heard of such a thing. I'm going to tell Mrs. Woodknocker everything I heard. I knew you were a cad all along.
Yeah.
Very strange woman. What are you going to do now?
I don't know.
Pop! Oh, excuse me. I didn't know you were busy.
Where did he come from?
From the fireplace, of course.
Oh,
Well, my darling, let's go out in the garden. I can see it now. You and the moon. You wear a necktie, so I know which one you are. While the clouds are circling around the moon, I'll be circling around you. Well, Junior, how's it going?
I had Frankenstein tell Igor that they gave the crystal to the Countess.
Well, she hasn't slipped it to me yet. Lord knows I gave her plenty of opportunity. What about the machine?
I can't get close to it. Frankenstein keeps fiddling with levers and stuff.
You get back down there and wait your chance. I'll get Frankenstein up here someday.
I don't believe a word
Hurry.
of it, Mrs. McGonagall. My husband may be aggravating, but he is not unfaithful.
But I heard him and I saw him.
But are you sure? You said yourself you were coming out of a faint. You must have misunderstood.
Well, if you don't want to take my word for it, I shall leave. In fact, I'm going up to pack a bag. I've been frightened by bats and chased by heaven knows what, and for all intents and purposes have been called a liar. I'm going to visit the Count's castle. He promised to show me his broken battlements.
Well, this has been one mess of a vacation. Looks as if I've been deserted by everyone.
Excuse me, I did not know the room was occupied.
The room isn't crowded. Come in.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Count Alicott of Transylvania.
How do you do, Count?
You remind me of the beautiful women of my country.
I'm enchanted to meet you.
No, desire is enchanted. You have such a lovely neck, like a swan.
Why, Count?
You shine like the moon of my night, rising above the rugged mountain peaks of my country.
Now, Count, I don't think you should be talking to me like this. I just hardly met you.
Such an evening was made for getting acquainted.
Now, Count, I do not appreciate such advances. I'm a married woman.
I meant no offense, dear lady. I'm but a lonely traveler tonight. You do remind me of the beautiful women of my homeland. I'm at your feet.
This is where I came in, you snake in the grass. You trod in the hole.
What are you doing there?
Get in here, fool, my darling. Don't worry, I'll save you from this smasher.
Julius, don't be so melodramatic.
You've crossed me for the last time, Woodknocker. Now I can destroy you.
You'll have to catch me first. Come on. Come on.
Oh, stop it! This is insane.
Get up and fight. What are you, a man or a mouse? I know what I'll do. I'll throw some cheese on the floor. Then we'll find out.
Oh, leave the poor man alone. What have you done to him?
Every man must defend his home, his country, America, Mom, and apple pie. But not necessarily in that order.
Oh, what's going on down here? Oh, Count, what happened?
That monster attacked me.
Oh, you horrible man!
What's going on down here?
What's going on down here? Why, we're having a party. Do you know how to rumba?
Yes?
Well, take a number from 1 to 10.
Oh, get away from me!
Julius, darling, I've been waiting for you.
What does she mean? Julius, darling.
I told you, there's something hanky-panky going on.
She doesn't mean anything. She's just overwhelmed by my charm.
Does he have the crystal?
You mean this?
Why didn't you get it?
No, I got it.
Get that crystal! Stop it! Get it!
What is going
Off
on?
in the river in the Rhode Woods.
Stop me! Get it! It's nearly 11 o'clock. We've got to have the crystal. He's got it. Give it to me. Where is it? Wait! Wait! What are we doing? We want him to have the crystal.
So you're going to steal my brain, huh, Frankenstein? Well, the jig's up.
Steal your brain.
Yeah, whoever has this crystal when his machine goes off has their brain transferred to the monster.
Natasha, you give that crystal to me.
It was only a joke, darling.
Don't worry, Cal. You can have it back. I don't want it. Here, you take it.
Doctor! The machine is going to explode! Oh, that little boy!
Uh-oh.
I did it! I pulled the levers and I blocked the machine. Igor tried to stop me, but I was too fast for him.
I married your mother because I wanted children. Imagine my disappointment when you arrived.
That's my part.
Help your sister.
Come, Natasha, let us leave this place. I've had enough of this quiet, restful retreat.
I'm very sweet. Do you forgive me for my foolish thoughts? I belong to you, and only you.
And I shall never look at another woman again.
Goodbye, Henry. Oh, but where is Henry?
He's probably off fiddling with his monster. He will never give up.
Goodbye, Julius T. Woodknocker and family.
Miriam. Oh, Miriam.
Look, Mr. Talbot is no longer the workman, and this moon is still in the sky.
Miriam, the way the machine exploded, something happened. Anyway, I'm cured, Miriam. I'm cured. Will you marry me?
Oh, yes! Oh, yes! If it's okay with my parents.
Well, it's all right with me as long as he wears a flea collar.
Young love, let us fly through the night like we used to.
Look out for the tree on the left! And after all the things he said to me,
Mrs. McGonagall, you're a woman who's getting nothing but dirty brakes. So we're going to clean and adjust your brakes, but you're going to have to stay in the garage overnight.
Julius, be nice to Miss McGonagall. She's suffered enough.
You're serious. Very well, my dear. Mrs. McGonagall, I'm going to be nice to you. I haven't a clue how, but I'm going to be nice to you. Well, dear, has this vacation been exciting enough for you?
Well, we came on the trip to get away from excitement. Julius, I will never understand you. But after 20 years of marriage, I'm going to stop trying to change you. And let that be a lesson to you, Miriam. If you can't change him before you're married, well, you never will afterward.
luckily, Talbot's already changed.
Well, dear, let's fly away and lodge with my fleas in the hills. I mean, flee to my lodge in the hills. Come on, Junior. We got packing to do.
feels so good to be me again, Marion. Igor, hand me the doctor.
Oh, I don't know where he is. The last time I saw him, he was by the mummy case yelling something about his machine.
Well, his machine may not have worked, Marion, but I am cured. Let's go take a walk in the moonlight.
Oh, nobody asked me to walk in the moonlight.
Igor, come down here and get me out of these canes. What do you mean, chaining me up in the dungeon?